About 5 years ago, we determined that we needed to make automation a part of our future if we wanted to grow the company, mainly because of the shortage of skilled labor and the high labor costs to make us more competitive in the global environment. I'm Steve Kille. I'm the owner and founder of DesignWerkes, located here in Amesbury, Massachusetts. As we got into the automation and we started developing our lessons learned, and we found that chip evacuation, adding fans to blow the chips off, to clean devices, the things that an operator sees that a robot doesn't see, were key. And what we started doing is we developed a metric, the maximum hours that the machine with the robot would run with no operator intervention. And we started out at maybe 6 or 8 hours. Our record is 39.5 hours completely unmanned. Not that the operator didn't have to take chips away or take parts away, but the robot and the machine never stopped, day or night, 24 hours a day for 39.5 hours. The most effective use of the robot is if we could find parts that had an 8 to 12 minute cycle, shorter than 8 minutes, and the robot tended to pace the operation and the machine. Over the 12, the ROI got longer because there wasn't as much labor savings, so that sweet spot of 8 to 12 minutes seemed to be the optimum point. In addition to that, we looked for parts that had a lot quantity of about 500 parts. That gave us about 70 hours of production, because obviously when you're setting up a robot, the setup time is longer than it is if you're setting it up to have an operator run it. We started our journey with automation with the purchase of an AWR robot. And we quickly found out that while the AWR robot was easy to use, it was not very flexible. So our second purchase was a VF-2 with a Robot 1 package. With the Haas robot, we could actually take the part out, place it, re-grip it, and re-put it back in to run the second operation simultaneously. So we're running 10 and 20 and getting completed parts. Behind me is a UMC-500 with a Robot 2 package, which was our last automation project. What this gave us is capability to make any part with the robot only touching it twice. So an example of that is this part. This started as a solid block, and the 4 bosses, the mounting bosses, were machined in a Robot 1 package, Op10. Then that part came over to the UMC-500, is located in custom vice jaws, locating on these 4 bosses, and the rest of the part, including the 5-axis deburring of the part, is all done in this machine. We were able to eliminate over 1/3 of the cost of this part, which in turn makes us much more competitive. Some of the challenges that we've had with keeping the robots running is what you do with the parts when they're finished, so that you're not opening and closing the cage or breaking the light curtain. So we've been working on developing chutes to remove the parts to get them through the cage and out to where the operator can access them without interrupting the robot cycle. Once we get it developed, then we'll make one out of steel or plastics or other materials. Another thing that you need to be cognizant about when you're running a robot is you can make a lot of parts, but you can make a lot of parts that aren't good. So you need to be thinking about how you're inspecting them parts in the robot and checking for tool wear to switch from one tool to another. We bought our first Haas machine 23 years ago from Trident, and we've been working together as a partnership ever since. When we started down the automation road, we worked together to determine what was our best path forward. They've been a true partner to us all along the way.